the topic of the discussion and hit the issues you typically find reluctant. Remove the facade to fill the gap with some substance. We undermining problems, expecting to overcome it. Please hold the applause, we doing it for the cause. People follow culture before they follow the laws. We rather face the friction and not attempt it at all. Persistence will find solutions once our contentment dissolves. There's a hard pill to swallow for anyone breathing, both for folks who stay woke and those who be dreaming. We ain't slaves, yet we still ain't experienced freedom. What we need is the keys to access the kingdom. We're all in this fallen world trying to stay intact. I'm just a beggar, point you out to where the bread is at. So follow the breadcrumbs like Hansel and Gretel. Thank Yogi Bear and the thought engineer for that on
What's happening, good people? It's your boys back once again. Man Talk Mondays. We are here Monday night. I'm Derek, the thought engineer. This handsome young gentleman over here to my right is the one, the only comedian, John Yogi. How you feeling, man?
D, if you ain't never told the truth, you just told the truth.
Tell the truth, shame the devil. You know how we do it, man.
Sometimes you got to see the spirits. I got to have some spirit. Good, man. Glad to be back, man. Glad to be back in town. We had a nice little outing this weekend.
Yeah.
Got a lot of great things accomplished, man. Want to thank our producer for putting that thing together. It was really nice. Ready to get back at it, man.
Yeah, we're trying to do big things 2023, so be looking out for your boys. 2023 coming hard for y'all. All right, so be ready. Be ready. Let me just remind everybody, this is Man Talk Mondays, open forum where we talk about the real deal as pertains to relationships of all kinds, romantic, family, the whole nine. But the goal is to help people get better with relationships. Right? Now, this is a conversation, not just us talking. We want y'all to talk to us. Now, how you participate in the conversation, go into the comment section, leave your comment, leave your question. This is how you talk to us. We can see it, right? So we want to hear from y'all. Make sure you go into the comments. Let us know what's on your mind, right? Don't forget, like, share, subscribe, like the podcast, share it out to everybody, especially tonight for this conversation. We wanted people to join in too, so share it out with the people, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, we won't delay the time any longer. We're going to get into this. Ladies and gentlemen, Man Talk About It.
Dion, why hast thou quitted me? I thought we was in a relationship. I thought we were doing well. I thought that we had a great thing going. How you gonna up and leave talking about you go something bigger and better coming for you? The kids, you were making a name for yourself with the HBCUs. I was selfish. I wanted you to stay so you could bring notoriety back to the HBCUs. I can admit I was selfish. I can admit that I was selfish. But now another lady's come along and she got hocks and she got legs and thighs and now you leaving me for her. I feel some kind of way, or at least I was. It ain't fair when you bring God in it and say, God told you to leave. I can't be mad at that. I want to be mad at that, but I can't be mad when you bring God in. D, is that cheating when somebody break up with you and say, God told me to leave?
Well, ain't nobody been arguing with God, bro. You want to get out of something, you just say, well, God said.
I want to argue, be mad and bitter. I do. I want to be, but I can't argue with you saying God. But now I'm going to be looking to see if it was God or if it was you.
Right.
Because you know that's what we do when we've been scoring. or kick the side. We're gonna give you the side eye.
Dude. I mean, everybody. I think everybody had high hopes for that whole situation at Jackson State and what it meant for, like you said, for HBCUs just across the board, because we thought we was walking into this new era of just changing the dynamic. But
they were scared. He had college football scared of him because he was getting all the number. He was getting number one recruits. And I thought they was gonna have an opportunity to do some more damage to him, and he joined with the dark side.
He did. He joined the dark side. Well, I don't know, because I mean, we could make the argument that Dion went over to the dark side and the whole nine, but this man, from what I understand, he wasn't getting the support that he needed, and it ain't nothing like getting with somebody and you trying to do all you can, but it don't seem like it's being reciprocated. They're not paying attention to your needs and the whole nine, and you just feel like, well, if I can't, you know what I'm saying, maybe it's time to go.
Is it always about money? Do it always have to be about money though? Because they have more. I thought, but let me. And I want to be sensible about this, because we all do our jobs, as my producer so eloquently pointed out to me. We all do our jobs to where if we're doing it to a exemplary level, to where if they came down and they said, "Hey, we want to give you your boss's boss job," then most of us would take it. I don't know how many of us would take it. Me personally, I'm not sure. I would have to weigh everything out, but most likely we would take those positions. It's just kind of weird. It's kind of weird because we don't often see those type of things happen to us. So again, I feel some kind of way because I was looking forward to him being all that he could do for Jackson State. But again, I can admit when I've been selfish. I'm selfish.
Man, I told you, people are upset, bro. People are upset about this whole thing. And
think they got a right to be bitter?
Yes, if they can admit that they're being selfish like I am. Unless your kids are there. If your kids were there, your kids went to school because of him, that's one thing. If your kids were there and they wasn't no good and they just went there because he was at the school, that's a completely different thing. But if they were any good, he's taking them with him. So, he's really kind of, and listen, this is another aspect of it. He got kids. He want his kids to play for a Power 5 school. I get it. Again, I can admit that I'm selfish and I wanted things to play out kind of how I wanted to play out. But but now this is the thing. How many of us can admit it though?
Now you got a point. Typically, we can't admit right after something happened, right after a breakup, right after a situation. We can't admit where we are emotionally about it. I think that rings true for any relationship. You coming off a breakup, you mad. You mad. I think people are mad about the situation because you had all of these hopes and all this type of stuff. What's Dion the savior though?
I think we were trying to make him the savior. Quiet as kept. When he first went, everybody thought we all said, how long was he there for?
Yeah.
Do we really trust him, or is he waiting for a better job to come? Because truth of the matter is, most of us would have did the same thing. Most of us do not work our jobs to stay where we are. Most of us stay in our jobs to elevate or to be promoted.
Right.
Everybody wants to sit at the table, but then when it's time to, it's funny, man. People can always dictate your life for you. They don't want you to do that to them.
Oh, you're right about that.
Because I started out by saying I can admit I'm being selfish and expect something from that man. To get this, expect something from him that you probably can't expect from me.
Oh yeah, you got all the advice and the whole nine for everybody.
Yeah.
But when it comes to you, you can't see that. So I mean, this has been a bitter breakup for Dion and Jackson State. So we talking about bitterness after breakups. That's what we talking about. We talking about bitterness.
Dion Jackson State was in a relationship. That was a relationship.
I thought they were doing fine.
Everybody thought they were doing fine. They were winning.
They just got through hitting them.
They were winning.
I thought they were doing fine.
And it ain't nothing like seeing a couple who you think is winning, but then all of a sudden they ain't together no more.
Yeah. And then it's kind of funny too, because when they ain't together no more, you kind of brace yourself to at least hear about what happened.
Oh yeah.
Because there's always a story, and a story that normally depends on who tells it.
Oh yeah. No, you're right about that. Because people always can find a negative after the breakup. When we in it, oh, you the best thing. I just love you to death, all this kind of stuff. But as soon as that breakup happening, you ain't no good to begin with. You had all this kind of stuff. Why does all this stuff come out now?
Well, because I'm feeling some kind of way. I'm feeling some kind of way about it, and I'm kind of embarrassed because I don't probably brag to my friends. I don't brag to my friends about how well it was going and what we was gonna do, and then when it don't work out like it's supposed to, now I got egg on my face. And doggone it, somebody gotta pay.
Dude, this is crazy. It's crazy how we get after breakups, after relationships break up. It's crazy how we get the anger, the bitterness, the whole nine. It's a lot. It's a whole lot to take in. A whole lot. I'm trying to. I see. So the Tarsha says he came, he saw, he conquered. He did what he was supposed to do, and just like us, left the job when a promotion was available. So are we being too sensitive about it?
I think we're being too sensitive. I really do. I think we're being too sensitive.
Jesse say I agree with Latarsha.
Was the job done? What was it? What if his job was to come there, get the program notarized, and allow people to see it and leave? Listen. Anytime somebody say God told me to do something, I'll be sorry. Yeah, because we all know God don't do nothing like we think He should be doing. God, He has His own. Now remember, He said God told Him to do it. So with that being said, I can't quit. As much as I want to question and say how I would have did it, what I would have did, if this is the God thing, we're not gonna understand it now.
Being said, we all want to move up and expand our territory. Yeah, I can understand that. Do we do that with relationships though? Are we looking to move up and expand our territory in relationships though?
I'm not gonna say that. But yeah, I think I just think Colorado. I just thought it would be, I just thought Colorado. I felt like Colorado was the white kid. And I thought he would. You know what? Because I think people would have accepted it more if they thought it was another black school. Better in Florida State, one of the Florida schools, which is a black school. I think people would have been better about it. Colorado can't be 5%.
Okay. So let's get into it. Did the white girl treat him better than the black girl?
Well, she had more to offer.
Oh,
she had better credit.
She had better credit.
She was gonna offer him more money. She was gonna give him some of the support that she had been asking for. Maybe not as much as he originally thought, but he was gonna get more than he was getting. Everything about the move was stellar. Everything about it.
Wow. So they have a right to be bitter.
Again, he said it was God that told him. Because he said it's God, man, I can't. Listen, I can agree that I was selfish. And I was selfish because I wanted him to stay there. But as far as him, I didn't want him to go nowhere. That's just between me and most people. I think most people want him to go to a black, Florida State, something like that. Nah, not me. I want him to stay. I want him to stay and see what he can do for HBCU because they so terrible. They're so poverty stricken.
Oh man,
they so broke. They got holes in their shoes. They got it was terrible. I'm telling you, am I lying?
I guess comparatively, there's definitely a difference. But historically, we don't even get into like all of the stuff that led to this because all the talent was in the black schools at one point. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But now it's not the case.
How many times have they ever questioned what are they doing at those schools to get all those athletes? And they were actually getting some of that, which was great to me because I'm like, wow, we actually going back to our own school.
Yeah, even to the point that some state boards were having some issues with black schools getting enrollment screwed up. So it was a big issue, it was a big deal. But I guess what I'm thinking about, because we're talking about, like I said, we're talking about bitterness after breakups. Because there's a whole lot of issues with that kind of relates. In a relationship, you just talk about a regular relationship. Is it ever a good time to say, you know what? I need to move on to bigger and better things in a relationship?
No, just like it's never a good time for you to get pulled over by the police when they're going to take you to jail. Ain't never a good time. It ain't never a good time in a relationship. So, you know what? This relationship is ran its course.
Right. I
think it would be best for me and you to take our talents elsewhere. Never a good time. Not if he's into you or you into him or vice versa. Never a good time. Because somebody's feelings is out there. Somebody's heart is out there.
Yeah. And it gets real dicey. I mean, be honest, it gets real dicey. And people sit there and they're bitter about the breakup. But how long does it take for you to say, you know what? I probably wasn't the best that I could have been in this thing. And I probably contributed to what happened.
See, oftentimes, the level of maturity that you have to have in order to see that we don't have in that. We have to step away from ourselves and think about it before we can get that. Most of the time, we want what we want when we want it, and that's just how it is. I had anything that I might have been this, I might have been you did me wrong. I'm a victim, because remember, I'm telling the story. So in my story, I'm either going to be the hero or the victim, and I'm by myself, so I can't make you out to be the nice guy or the nice woman. So I got to make you out to be the tramp, the hussy, or the whatever that did me wrong. I think that's in it.
Cheryl says, I think he did his assignment. He brought back notoriety to HBCUs. What more do people want? He doesn't owe anyone anything.
That's true. You're absolutely right. And I started off by saying I'm being selfish. I wanted him to stay there a couple more years to bring more notoriety to the black HBCU. I thought they needed somebody like him to come back and make that thing stand up on his own. I thought he was doing well with him. I just think it would have took a couple more years. Now, if more people could kind of do what he was doing, I think it'd be awesome.
Yeah. And I don't know. I think it's different. The Dion was a persona. He was more than what people thought. Melissa says, I don't think there is ever a good time, but it's all about how the breakup occurs. For me, I need closure. When I don't feel that I get that, I become bitter. Okay. What's closure though? I want to know what's closure.
This is what I want to know. So wait, so Melissa says, and thank you for your comment, Melissa. So Melissa says that she can deal with the breakup as long as you let her know, hey, this is why. But closure, what is closure? Because if closure is not something that you agree with, you're still gonna be bitter about it. If you say, if I say, well, I just didn't think you were doing all you could to make this relationship work, and you feel like you were, now I gotta fight you. Yeah. Now I gotta call the police on you. I gotta hold you because you finna try to do something. Yeah.
No, you're absolutely right, because it does something to us if that person ain't in a bad place like we in a bad place. Why does that person have to hurt? Because I'm hurt.
Well, I remember when I broke up. I remember when I broke up with this girl many moons ago, and I was really, really hurt. I just wanted to lay on the couch and grow a beard. For however long it took to grow a beard, I wanted to lay on the couch. And you know, because Cupid has his foot slightly in your behind,
sideways,
with a little twist. So you walk with a limp,
right?
And listen, man, you're embarrassed. Listen, let me tell you something. There's nothing like posting pictures on Facebook of you and your boo thing, and all of a sudden now you taking selfies. That's embarrassing.
Yeah.
And listen, we live not to be embarrassed. We live so we can show people that we are living our best life, even if our best life includes breaking up.
Melissa says when a relationship ends and no explanation is given. So you need an explanation. I'm leaving. I broke up with you because X, Y, Z.
I'm leaving because I wasn't relationship ready. It wasn't you, Melissa. It was me. It wasn't you, Melissa. It was me. I thought I was ready for this and all this curtails, but I wasn't ready for it.
Does that take this thing off at all? You know, it's not you, it's me.
You're gonna say, no, you ain't using that one. I used that one. That's mine. I used that one last time. You ain't gonna do that. Nah, we don't want that.
But my thing is, Melissa, what if you don't like the explanation? What if they're trying to spare you and get out without just giving you all the details because you can't handle the details? And then what do you do at that point?
Be upset. You're gonna be upset, be bitter, and you're gonna say something back, and you're gonna want to fight or scratch your feet to do something because you are hurting. Because you are hurting. Your heart is hurting, and you want people to hurt like you hurt.
So, because I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all have dealt with breakups before. I'm pretty sure.
Everybody
dealt with breakups before.
That you want to talk, that you can stand and talk about. Tell us about your breakup and how was it, and let us know. Tell us about it if you can stand it. The most of the time, even like when I had,
they still there. They still there. Melissa said, "Let me make that decision." Okay, all right. She said, "Let me make that decision." Okay. Let her make the decision. So she's saying,
you don't get to decide. If you could decide, if you could make, listen, Melissa, listen. If you could control it, y'all still be together. That's his way of letting you know that you're not in control of the relationship no more. So no, you don't have the right or the authority to be like, well, no, let me figure it out. No. I just told you we ain't together no more. Figure that part out.
Yeah. Afia says, if they say it's me, not you, he just trying to let you down easy.
So Afia, are you gonna take that? Are you gonna be put down easy, or he gonna have to take you out back like they did on Young?
He said, "Oh, Young."
Like they did on Young. They got to get the shotgun out and put you out, or you ain't taking it. Because again, it's your heart we talking about. It's your heart. I remember this is how cold I was. I was back in my military days. I remember this girl, she didn't want nothing to do with me, and I really wanted her. She was like, I don't know, I can't do it. I said, listen, I can think of a million reasons why we don't need to be together. But I only can think of one why we do. Girl, that's because I love you. She was like, and I put myself out there, and she said, and then she snapped out of it and said, I had her for a moment. She shook it off. She shook it off. Said,
She let you have it.
Yeah, man, out there, bro. Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure will. And it was painful. It was painful. So we got
Melissa says, no, I'm saying let me make the decision on whether I can handle what he says is the reason or not. If he's coming that way, he's probably seeing signs that you don't handle the information well.
B, you are a prophet. Because I was gonna say the same thing. I'm like, dude, no, we're not rational.
Yeah.
When rejection comes our way, and we want to act like on this end that we are, but we're not. Someone is that they're not only stepping on your heart, but they're doing it while they're talking to you. Yeah. They're talking to you, and they're questioning your heart. No, you don't want that. No, I'm not putting up with that.
Yeah. No, I agree. It takes, I don't want to say it takes a big person to be able to hear somebody run it down to you where you messed up, basically.
Well,
or your shortcomings.
The crazy thing about it is most people know it's coming. now, all y'all jump on here and help me figure this out. You know that train coming. You know the train coming. Why is it so hard to deal with, even when you know the train's coming? People, talk to me today. Now, y'all talk to me now. Talk to me. Let me know why it's so difficult, even when because listen, there are no surprises like that. There are hints. Everything leaves hints. Successful relationships leave clues. Excuse me. And a broken relationship leaves clues. Let me give me some more.
So I just said, I've only had 2 breakups. I did one and he did one. I knew that one needed to end. He being the second breakup, so 2 different guys. So it's 2 different guys. So people in experience, listen.
We all have.
But when somebody tells you it's you, not me.
What? You know, most of the time when girls do it, guys know she's not gonna stay with me. We ain't lying. Come on, guys, please tell me if I'm wrong. Most of the time when I'm with a girl, when I'm with a woman, we're trying to get them to feel us the way we're feeling them.
Oh yeah.
And when they don't, we know. Because women are so rude and crazy, I can choke them out. I'm gonna choke my wife when I get home because they make me mad. Because they don't hide that. They don't hide how they feel about you. They don't hide that you don't love them as much as they love you. Women are blunt about that, and we know it.
Yeah. Women can be some straight shooters when they want to.
Come on.
But then we get the same courtesy though.
No.
We can't be straight shooters.
Dude, we're gonna get big, slap, pinch. They're gonna try to fight us. They're gonna try to do something. Because again, their heart is hurting, man. And we expecting them to be us, and they're not nearly like us. No, not nearly. No.
But I tell women all the time, you got to be mindful of how you move outside of the serious conversations to let the man know whether you can handle having those types of conversations. He's gonna come at you a certain way and bring information to you. You've shown him outside of regular conversation whether you can handle that level of scrutiny.
Listen, everybody carrying guns. I'm gonna break up with you in a public place. Matter of fact, I'm gonna have a valet bring me my car so that you can't come out there and come after me. You better be smart about how y'all doing now. Folk crazy out here. Like he's saying, you know who you dealing with. You know if that guy got a screw loose. You know if that chick got a screw loose. Be careful. Be cautious. And make sure you live to tell about it the next day. That's because listen, like D said, and I think D is right on with this. We know how y'all move. We know y'all some food. The problem is, which gets me, why don't y'all know? Why don't y'all know y'all some food? Because we know. Thus the public place. Thus the no sudden moves. Thus some of the things that we trying to get past. Help me, y'all. Help me understand what's going on with you guys. Help me. Help me.
Now, Afia says, if he says that he needs to be mean and not contact me again, don't do the back and forth.
Yeah, because it's going to be back and forth. But whoa. It's going to be a back and forth if I'm talking to you. If you don't agree with me, thus, here comes the back and forth.
Yeah.
With the raised voice, and next thing I know, these right here is flying all over the place. I'm trying to figure out why. How these get in? These are your pocket a minute ago. How these get in?
These are your pocket. Man, if people don't really understand what actually happens. Monique says, cause you didn't break up with them first. So you gotta be the first one to. You gotta be the first out the gate.
Well, I guess you could, man. But I guess at the end of the day, if the two people are racing to break up, the relationship is probably already over anyway. If we handled it like, oh, I gotta break up for him or for her, then we're in a bad place anyway.
I wonder how often do guys break up with girls?
Now, most of the time, shit.
So, because I've heard this.
This is why. Now, this is why. Let me qualify this.
All right.
If the women are divorcing men at an alarming rate, then it will make me believe that they are breaking up at that same alarming rate. Because it's just another relationship goes out of another. Right?
Right. Afia says, I had someone tell me you deserve better. And he had that empathy look on his face.
Well, that's a good one.
And I just busted out laughing. Boy, bye. But looking back at it, it wasn't going to work anyway.
And he knew it. He just beat her to the front. He knew it. She busted out laughing. That's yes. Keep her laughing and on the floor so you can get up out that door. So she knew it wasn't. She knew if she think about it, she knew it wasn't.
So does the one that breaks up first, do they win?
I don't think there's ever a win in the breakup. I don't think there's ever a win. I think if two people can get out of a relationship and learn from it, learn from their mistakes, I think that's a win. Yeah. Because when somebody knocks you down, that's time you say this. When somebody knocks you down, pick up something while you're down there as you get up. Yeah.
Learn something while you're
down. Can learn. The problem is we don't want to learn anything because we're too busy trying to put it on.
Bill says men do be scared when women act crazy. Hello there. Even to the point, men won't break up with you. They will do stuff to cause you to break up with them because they don't want to pull the trigger on the breakup because you gonna act crazy. They waiting. They start doing things that they know you don't like to influence your decision.
Because women aren't used to being rejected at the rate that men are.
Oh, man. What you talking about?
They're not, man.
Now, somebody going to argue with you on this.
Not, but listen, if you're
somebody going to argue with you.
If you're a woman right now, you got 5 dudes that want you. And if you're a man right now, you ain't got 5 chicks that want you. Matter of fact, you might not have now chick that's looking your way. Tell me I'm lying.
But them telling you. Men, it's getting to the point now, men won't even tell you no more. They'll like you and they won't say anything because of how things go now.
Well, I think what they said. So if two guys are talking to the woman. So 2 guys are talking to a woman, and she likes one of them, and she don't like the other, and he's saying the exact same that the other person is saying. One of them going to be misconstrued and labeled sexual harassment, while the other one will be welcome. You heard what I said?
Yeah.
2 guys, same conversation, they're gonna be perceived differently because of the way she feels about it. Think about that.
Man, it's a risky game, bro. That is a risky game. Monique say, who? Where?
I didn't wonder where Monique been because she hadn't been here for a while.
She said 5 of them.
It's 5 right there. Monique You do not have a problem getting a man. You do not have a problem getting a man like a man has a problem getting a woman. Monique, you got to admit that. If you want to go out and bring, get this now. If you want to go out and bring somebody home, who has a better chance? Men or women?
To that point, is what is the goal though? Because they say women are the gatekeepers to sex, men are the gatekeepers to relationships.
Okay. I agree with that.
So if the goal is sex, they in the driver's seat. But what about the rejection as it pertains to relationships? Do you think women probably suffer that rejection?
Well, I think because they get the two confused. I think women feel like because they're women and we automatically they shouldn't be rejected because we should want them. That's why I think it's so bad. Most women go crazy because they ain't used to that. Men will put up with just about anything to get women. So when they make a decision that they're gonna stop, women not used to that. Do you know I would kill you? I need the camera right here. Do you know that you would get killed for rejecting a woman? They ain't playing like that. They do not play like that, and every woman should know. Don't you tell me what I can have and what I can't do.
Bill says that's so true. They won't tell you. No, we won't. We absolutely will not tell you. But we'll cause you to break up with us. But we don't want to go through that process of being that bad guy. Men do a lot to avoid being the bad guy. I'm just telling you. Monique says, right now I can grab him, but I'm praying to get a husband, not just grab and bag. Okay.
So Monique, when you grab and bag, where are your pants? If your pants around your ankles or soon to be, then probably throw that back because they're gonna have a certain expectation that they're gonna want with the grab and bag. I'm gonna have to write a book that say keep them draws up. I say. I'm simply saying what you lead with is known and what you gotta stay with. If you lead with sex, the norm, the men would expect you to stay that way. But if you lead with, men, what they say, you have to have standards. And I'm not saying that you don't have it. I'm saying if you compromise your standards going in, you'll be expected to keep compromising into the relationship.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right about that. So why do people why they start bad mouthing people out?
Because you are embarrassed. It's the first who can land the first blow to embarrass the other one. I want to keep my face because I want to date other people. And bad relationships follow you. Bad relationships follow you just like chlamydia. Just like
I was gonna say like cricket. I was gonna say cricket.
Okay, I'm gonna say this. When you're in a bad relationship, why is it that when you date somebody else, the first thing, and y'all in the same circle, tell me they don't know about all the people in the circle. Oh, then you used to date, what's his name? Didn't you date such and such? Oh yeah, now you gotta explain why we didn't stay together. Now you gotta explain all your past relationships. So you have to have the upper hand.
Only say that's what I'm saying. Most of the ones that are out here are not husband material. He said they're not husband material.
Wait a minute. I just want to, girl, please help me.
Oh, she says when you have standards, that number goes to 0.
I don't know if it goes to 0. Now let me say this: it may not be the most handsomest, tallest, muscularest guy, but I don't believe it goes to 0. I believe goes to 0. When you look at the guys that you have, you don't want them. You want the guys over there that's having sex. So we're willing to compromise with our standards because we want those guys. Well, those guys they're over there. The guys that not having sex, they want to be married, they're over there. But we're not even looking over there at them other women. We want the guys over there. That's because one of the things my son often does, he says this to me. He wants me to leave him alone while he do him. The problem with us most of the time, guys, is we want to do us and allow the world to change to us because we trying to do us.
Wow.
You can't continue to do you in a game that's already rigged against you. If you giving up your ass, I'm gonna take a pass. Mic drop. If you giving up the ass, I'm gonna take a pass. And you try because you're trying to succeed in a game that's already been rigged. You're not gonna win. You're not going to win in that game. You're not gonna do it. You are not gonna do it. And y'all keep trying to rewrite the rules of relationships. No, it's the same. It's the same since the Bible days. It hadn't changed. It's amazing how people keep doing the same thing. I'm looking at my kids. I'm like, what? Haven't we seen that movie before? No, it's not. No.
Right. But if you lock it down, I might keep you around.
Bro, let me tell you something. Well, because the crazy thing about it is, we don't think that we're worth the wait. We don't think that people are hanging around and keep themselves for me. We don't think we're worth it. Let me just say this to you guys. You are worth it.
Wow.
You are worth somebody standing around waiting for you. You are waiting. You are worth somebody saving themselves and giving themselves to you. Worth it. You worth more than that. Issue whether you're a guy or a woman. I do not discriminate. You're worth more than that. Besides, I'm trying to figure out what can you give a guy or woman if you've been with everybody. And I know this ain't the way it's supposed to go. I'm just curious. Don't you want to have something to give somebody that nobody else has had or not? Because listen, because once you sexing at a certain point, ain't nothing new under the sun no more.
Right. I'm gonna go back to Aphia's comment. She says most men would be with the next chick immediately.
Now,
After.
Now, how's she keeping up with what the other men doing? What is Ophelia doing?
He said even if he doesn't like her, just to show that he faked move on.
Well, what do the women do? Ophelia, what do the women do? Because you can tell me what the men do. Tell me what the women do. Because it's amazing how we keep up with the opposite sex and want to see what, because we keep up with them because we want an excuse to do what we do. We can look at them. See, that's what they doing. See, that no. What you doing? Somebody got to have some sense.
You're right.
Nobody wants it to be them, no.
No. Darlene says it's true. She said it's true. Monique says most women want you to have a stable job, career, his own place to stay, and goals. We talk about that first. Most of the time, you can't get past the first conversation. Me and they cutting the mustard, basically.
Well, it's funny. What's really funny about that is we don't cut the mustard when it comes to marriage. Well, we show having a lot of sex.
Oh yeah.
Our conversation don't go forward when we're trying to give you your pants.
Like Darlene says, if you ask for it in the beginning, I'm passing.
Ask for what in the beginning? If I ask for sex in the beginning?
Yeah.
But I gotta wait for the second date?
How long?
We talk. That's one of the things that's one thing we need to talk about. How long do we need to?
Hey man, sometimes spans getting shorter and shorter.
Oh, I guess if you're at a certain age and you know what you want, I'm trying to give y'all a lifeline on what should we wait for, what shouldn't we wait on. But man, there's so much conversation that needs to be had. I just don't see how you can convince getting to know me in 2 weeks. All you need to say about me in 2 weeks to where we need to be sleeping together. Yeah. Because if you tell me the guys ain't handing up, ain't passing the mustard, then why so much sex in here?
Right.
Heroes can keep no job, can keep no career, and they don't get no booty. At least give them something to work towards.
No, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. And I don't think women understand how much power they have in that whole situation. I don't think they understand how much power they have. Because men, let's say men are hunters by nature. If the requirements are actually really the requirements, then men move to meet the requirements. Well, the problem is we got fake requirements out there.
Well, not really. I want to give him some booty requirements, and I think he can be my husband requirements. We got those out there. Unfortunately, get this now, but the requirements to get in my pants are much easier than the marriage requirements.
Let me get Darlene said, man, you said a mouthful. You said a mouthful.
Well, Darlene, I appreciate it because that's all I'm trying to do. Say a mouthful.
Anthony Harris says women cheat more than men.
Thank you, Anthony, for that thought out for that well thought out. And at this point, guys, it's really not about who cheats the most, because we're gonna just put a pin there and say we believe that until you're married, I think everybody out there getting some. I just believe that. But I want to say this: the standard does need to be higher according to the marriage standards should match up with the sex standard. I think I shouldn't be able to have sex with somebody easier than I can to put a ring in their finger. They should be synonymous.
Wow. Appeal says women start cutting their hair, getting a new look, and refocus. She said what they start doing.
When they start doing what? Why are they doing that? Why they cutting their hair? Their pants tighter? Pants tighter? Let's keep it. We're gonna talk about it. Let's be 100. When you out there in the game, your competition. This what people don't understand, guys. There is a new crop of Negroes. See, Negroes will make it just a black thing. This is not a black show. There are so when I say Negroes is synonymous for everybody.
Right.
There is a new crop of folk coming into the dating pool every year that aged up and they're aging out. Unfortunately, more people are aging in than aging out or marrying out.
Yeah.
So thus the competition has to be with those people as well as the people that have already in it. There's nothing like being old in it and knowing a new crop is coming in that you got to compete with. There's some fresh 21-year-olds out there that put you to shame, child.
And when you think about the divorce rates, now that dating pool is getting even more crazy because you have all this re-entry.
That's back in.
You know what? Oh, man, you do.
We need to talk about that.
Yeah. Anthony says if they knew how much power they're sitting on, they would put that thing in a bottle.
He said sit down. Sit down, which was, I kind of count that.
He said they put it in the bottle.
Well, but you got to know your worth, though. Because the dads haven't been at home like they're supposed to, because moms are working 2 jobs and hadn't probably been able to pour into that little girl as she's supposed to, we don't know our worth. Men and women, we don't know our worth. So we're out there giving of ourselves in ways that we shouldn't be because we don't think that we're worth the wait. And it's amazing. I remember my wife told this story. Her roommate in college was like, no. I think my wife asked her, hey, she saw her and her boyfriend. She's like, well, y'all see me again? She's like, no, my husband is going to have to be a king. And he's going to have to perceive me with me because we're not having no sex until we get married. Mm-hmm. Which was surprising to my wife because she had never heard that.
Oh, you'd be surprised. I mean, you have not heard that.
I never heard that. Lo and behold, now get this though, this is the thing. The guy went out and cheated with other people. Mm-hmm. Right. But you know who we married?
Right. Oh yeah.
Because that's what we
do. Yeah.
So we gotta stop making ourselves whole available. Bing.
Hashtag. Sophia says, she says, remember what you said, what do women do versus men do?
Yeah.
And to Ophia's point, what is the whole deal with the whole revenge body? What is that whole thing with the revenge body?
Well, the funny thing about it, a lot of times that we think we just want somebody. We'll say this to me, I just need to, what do you say? To help me get over somebody else, I just need to be with somebody. I just need to be with somebody.
Oh, the best way to get over somebody, get under somebody else.
And now you dragging them into. Now you dragged another person, your body, into what you were going through. And whenever you come to yourself, you're gonna leave them alone.
Oh yeah.
So now you got another hurt person back out there.
Right.
That's gonna hurt somebody else.
Right. Darlene says we as women must understand we have a platinum card. Platinum.
It's too easy.
The interest rate on some of them movies.
No, it's got about $20 on it. It's got about $20 on it, and you got to be careful because y'all ain't use it up. See, the thing about having an American Express, what makes it so great, is they don't give it to everybody. And the reason why they don't give it to everybody is because they want their money. They want to know that you're gonna spend so much money, and that they're gonna get so much interest off of you. That's why they don't give it to everybody. Women, if they gave y'all American Express cards, they'd be taking them back. Listen, men and women, we gotta be better about knowing our worth. Right?
Pia says, because I said men move on with the next person immediately, and then you ask, what do women do? And I said women refocus on themselves and bounce back stronger, hopefully. I think it's a pseudo bounce. I think it's a pseudo bounce. I don't know. I think that's part of the game.
Is to look like you win.
Right.
That you look like that didn't affect you. But you know what, man? What's wrong with telling the truth? What's wrong with woo? Y'all gotta help me because I'm not myself. I just went through a tough breakup.
Yeah.
And I was feeling some kind of way. But you can't show weakness because you feel like the shark's gonna eat you up. You don't want to be weak because of what people gonna say about you. We know you ain't doing good. We know we see you. We see that what I used to call them, that ponytail up there that keep moving every time I see you. We know you ain't doing good.
That's the ponytail. That's the ponytail.
I'm trying to, if I can just help somebody.
Hey, Darlene, say that right there. Speaking. Listen. My thing with, especially the whole revenge thing is, why now? Why you couldn't give that person or be that person? Because like if there's another gear that you could kick in, why you wouldn't kick it in while you with them? Why you wait until after?
The funny thing about revenge though, man, is life has a way of getting away from you. Life has a way of getting back on you, and you look up and you the revenge, you the revenge sex person. Now somebody's dating you just for revenge somebody else. And when you in it, you realize it don't feel that good.
Yeah. Bill says revenge body. Every time he see me, he gonna miss me. I'm going to look tighter than ever. I'm winning.
You know what? And Ophelia, I don't know how you look, and I don't know how tight your body is. But let me say this. You know the best revenge is living well. The best revenge is going on with your life and being happy and achieving the goals and dreams that you have for yourself. There is nothing better than taking a picture off of Jamaica in your two-piece and with your body banging saying, living my best life. That's the best. Now, if you want, that's how you get revenge, by living your best life. Going on and staying out of that foolishness and living your best life. That's how you get revenge.
Dr. Selena says, baby, after a breakup, that's when I got fired. Flyer and was outside. You're going to get all this revenge body and vibe.
But if you're crazy, all I'm going to say is, girl, goodbye and good riddance. Because my thing is this, guys. You know what makes people crazy is that when you learn from them and move on, they got better. How many of us in these relationships where we break up, where the guy not doing right or we not doing right, and we confess, you know what? I used to be a fool when it came to this. Well, I am so glad I got help. I'm so glad I got some counseling. I'm better than I was. Because that's ultimate. Listen, I don't care how far you get. Because that cootie tang only got an expiration date on it. It's fall after a little while. If you keep acting a fool, it ain't going to be work. Because this is what guys do. I'm going to let y'all in on a little secret. That's what guys do. Guys look at you, they see how fine you are. In the same way with women. Now, I know guys do this. We figure out whether or not you're worth the headache, whether or not this booty this is headache, and they got a way out to where the body got to be up here and the booty got to be here. It can't be close, because if it's close, we're not gonna fool with you. And most of the time, guys, once we get you, y'all become more headache than y'all work. That's why you see guys leaving Halle Berry alone. Think about this. You know how fine Halle Berry is. Halle Berry was the chick. She was the epitome of fine. When you look up fine in the dictionary, Halle Berry pictures in there, she was like this. She was fine. And she can't get nobody. You know why?
Nobody.
You know why? Because you don't want the scale. She tipped the scale on crazy. Yeah. Now, men and women, you don't want to tip the scale on crazy, because you'll be just somebody fine and be single.
Darlene says, preach. They think the grass is better on the other side.
We just want some people. Most of the time, people just want people. Listen, there's nothing like being with a guy, tall, dark, and handsome guy with long hair, and he's a fool. Nobody, he's a fool, and you can't wait to get away from him. There's nothing like it. There is nothing like it. There is not people, men and women both want peace in their life, and they want it to a point to where we can live our best life together. And I ain't gotta be scared of you, hiding in no closet, and calling the police on you because you tell nobody.
No. Lucy says, revenge body to me is now moving on. It's looking back. Well, I got to make a correction. That was Monique that said that comment earlier, not a video. I got mixed up. Okay. Lucy says, get that body and keep it moving. Keep it moving.
That's what we're talking about. Dude. And I hope I don't sound preachy, guys, because I'm not trying to sound preachy. I just think it's wow. I just think it's crazy that we give so much energy to stuff that shouldn't matter to us.
Yeah. We do a whole lot of energy for things that don't even matter. And don't matter at all. Anthony says, but she is crazy.
Yes. And again, most of the time we can put up with you being crazy. Most of the time we will. But you will know when we stop. You will know when they get tired. Like they say, when a woman fed up. No. It's equally. When we get fed up and we get tired of each other and our foolishness. Let me just say this. Everybody know they're crazy. Everybody know when they're doing too much. Yeah. It's funny because I was asking my wife, we was arguing about something like we do sometimes. And I say, a button don't go off and say, I'm doing too much. She says, no, but again, most of the time, the button goes off when we do too much. Yeah. And it gets more difficult the older we get to stay in relationships because people don't want to deal with us. Right. You know it's a bad thing when your body outlasts your ignorance. And not like being fine by yourself. Again, final thoughts. Well, that was a mic drop, wasn't it? Yeah. All right. Final thought for this evening is some kind of way we got to get back to knowing what we're actually worth. When we start putting more time and energy on the people that have got past and left us, something's wrong. Life should be great, and more importantly, life is short. We don't really have much time to give energy to things that don't really matter to us. It's all about us creating life in a way that we can enjoy, hopefully enjoy with somebody. And if you're crazy, get some help. Most of us are crazy. Most of us crazy, we know we're crazy. If somebody would say, girl, you know you're crazy, but boy, you know you're a fool, get some help. And that's my final thought.
One thing about breakups, a lot of times, if we're getting that energy, whether it's negative, we get that energy, we still feel that person is pulled in, so we fine. We go on about life, let them be crazy. But I tell you, it's one thing when a person that you broke up with or broke up with you pass by and you see them and they are cordial with you. It's like, hey, how you doing? Everything, you talk about a stinger, you talk about something that hurts. That's why I tell people the best way to get back at somebody really is to get over it. is to just do the work and get over it. And a lot of times that takes realizing that there's some things that I did that I got to take ownership of. And when you can get to that place where you can take ownership of the things that you did, the way you contributed to the relationship not being what it should have been, whether it's how you picked them or what you did when you was with them or the whole nine, when you can take ownership, now you're growing. Now you're getting better. Because now you're more aware, you're wiser the next time. So you can see the next person more clearly and not through this messed up lens that that person gave you from all of the bad stuff that went on in their past relationship. You got to get clear of that one so you can see the next one properly. So take the time, do the work, do what you have to do to get clear so you don't have this repeat thing going on. It's not a rerun that you live in with your relationships. And that's how I can speak.
Woo! Man, the show flew by.
Yeah, it did fly by.
Wow.
It did fly by.
Wow. It flew by.
Hey, y'all, don't forget, we need you to like, share, subscribe, go to the comments. I go to the comments, go to our audio platforms, Apple, Google, Spotify, Spreaker, all of those. You want to go to those and check out the audio version of our podcast. Also, make sure you share it out with people. For all of our Roku people, if you're watching on Roku, thank you for watching on BS3 TV. You can catch us every week. Also catch past episodes on Roku, BS3 TV on Roku, the BS3 TV channel. As well, you can go to the direct web link that we have if you watch it on your computer. The direct web link is bs3tvlive.com. bs3tvlive.com. Listen, we got a whole lot of stuff that we're working on. We got the barbershop cuts and conversations. We're working on that. We're gonna bring that to y'all coming up here real soon. So be looking for that. Listen, you boys, we're trying to make some things happen.
December 17th, 16th, 17th. December 17th. Downtown Frisco. We're doing a comedy show down there. There's a theater downtown Frisco. We're doing a comedy show down there. I think tickets are on sale now. Show starts at 7 o'clock or 7:30. And we'll have a flyer up after the show, but you guys need to get on there and get those tickets. It's gonna be a great show. It's gonna be a great show.
So we'll post the flyer to the Man Talk page. We'll post it to my page, John's page, so everybody can get the details. Also, we'll have more details next Monday.
Yes.
Right. Listen, we appreciate everybody that jumped on with us tonight. Thank you for coming back week after week after week. We definitely appreciate the love. Like I said, look for big things coming from Man Talk Mondays. We appreciate y'all. We're going to see y'all next week. Peace out.
BS3 Network, changing the way you watch TV.